So the first item on our agenda, or the next item on our agenda, are presentations and proclamations. And we have Councilmember Moore presenting a proclamation for Black History Month. So I'll turn it over to Councilmember Moore.
Thank you. Whereas Black History Month is celebrated every February in recognition of achievements by Black Americans and all people of African descent in the United States, and whereas the Association for the Study of African American Life and History named the theme of this year's Black History Month as Black Health and Wellness, acknowledging the legacy of not only Black scholars and medical practitioners in Western medicine, but also other ways of knowing, such as birth workers, doulas, midwives, naturopaths, and herbalists throughout the African diaspora. And whereas in partnership with Highline Public Schools, the city of Burien supported in January 2022 the installation of a mural at Hazel Valley Elementary in recognition of the Black Lives Matter movement and to increase Black representation in art. And whereas Highline Public Schools help students cultivate positive identity formation, encourages them to confront racial and ethnic injustice, and prepares them to live and work together in a diverse world through the instruction of race and identity, IRI curriculum scheduled for full implementation in fall 2023 and developed in collaboration with a community advisory council made up of students, families, and community members. And whereas the Highline Heritage Museum is presenting the In Her Shoes community exhibit featuring stories collected by members of the Lake Burien Presbyterian Church during their 2019 7-day pilgrimage through the U.S. South, tracing the story of enslavement and confinement of people of African descent on U.S. soil. And whereas Black and African American community members in Burien own small businesses, work as educators, and contribute to all essential activities that contribute to Burien's prosperity and quality of life. Now, therefore, the City Council of the City of Burien, Washington, does hereby ask all Burien community members to join together to proclaim February 2022 as Black History Month in the City of Burien, and urges all community members to celebrate the history and contributions of Black Americans to the Burien community, dated the 7th day of February 2022.
Thank you, Councilmember Moore. Is there anyone to receive this proclamation from the community?
Hi, my name is Tamasha Emedi. I'm the assistant principal at Hazel Valley Elementary School, and I was invited.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome. Thank you for joining us today.
Yeah. Nice to see you, Councilmember Garcia. What an honor and a privilege. Thank you, all of you, Mayor and council members, and everybody in the community who is gathered here this evening. Honoring Black History Month in our country, state, and city of Burien continues to give us the opportunity to fully face communities and leaders who are currently marginalized by our own policies, laws, and customs. It's an honor to speak in front of you all today as a Black queer woman and a child of an immigrant. I have spent my entire educational career in this geographical space. My goal will never be to speak on behalf of those identities I listed, but instead to speak authentically from my valid lived experience in this body, in our space. I can't help but see my community, my family, my students, and myself when I hear the language used in today's proclamation. My school, Hazel Valley and School District, explicitly called out. I've had the honor and privilege to be a critical piece of the work for the art installment on our building. I've also supported the adoptions of the instruction on race and identity, both in my building as well as across the district. I have such a deep pride in my Black identity, my Burundi identity, the Congolese identity of my siblings, and Nigerian identity of my cousins. I hope I'm living that pride authentically in a way that not only Black students and families witness, but also families of color and families historically marginalized by a system I'm a part of. Thank you for your time, and happy Black History Month.
Thank you so much for those wonderful words, Ms. Emedi.